You ever have one of those nights where you're just minding your own business, grilling steaks out back, thinking life can't get any simpler, and then out of nowhere it feels like the circus has rolled into town, except this time the ringleader's your HOA president, and the big act is breaking into your own property? Yeah, that happened. Let me back up a sec so you can picture it: sunset blazing across the lake, smoke curling off my grill, peace and quiet. Then, clang. Metal on metal, and a cheer erupts that sounds like somebody just scored a touchdown in my front yard. I turn, and there's my brand new padlock split clean in two, the chain sprawled in the gravel like a necklace ripped off in a brawl. And what do I see pouring through the gate? Not just a handful. No, we're talking dozens, probably over 100 neighbors and randoms, beach chairs, coolers, pool, floaties, the works. And leading the charge, Karen, our local HOA tyrant, wearing a sun hat big enough to shade a minivan, strutting like she just conquered Rome. You think I'm exaggerating, but I swear she had that grin, the kind that says, "I've already won, and you don't even know the game." I set my tongs down, walk to the railing, and try to process what I'm seeing. Cars lining the road, some half in my yard, others blocking my driveway. A dude in a neon tank top rolling a keg toward my dock like it's frat rush week, and kids cannonballing into the lake while Karen waves them all in like she's queen of summer. Honestly, it was so absurd, I almost laughed. Instead, I did what any sane person would do. I pulled out my phone and started recording. If you're going to run a circus on my land, I'm at least keeping receipts. I make my way down, weaving through strangers carrying casserole trays and inflatable flamingos. Some lady hands me a plate and chirps, "Food's up by the gazebo," like I should be grateful to be at my own home. I just drop the plate in the gravel and keep walking till I'm eye to eye with Karen. "Karen," I say, trying to keep my voice level, "why exactly is half the county throwing a block party on my property?" She doesn't miss a beat. "It's not just your property, Greg. The lakefront's a community amenity. You can't just hoard it. You're locking it up like Fort Knox illegal." She points at the busted lock chin out, daring me to argue. I take a deep breath because, trust me, sarcasm's tempting, but you can't win a shouting match with Karen. Funny thing, I say, I own every inch from that mailbox to the dock. The HOA doesn't own a blade of grass here, and you know it. So why are you breaking and entering? That smile doesn't move, but there's a twitch at the edge of her jaw. Everyone agrees it's unfair for you to keep it to yourself, so we organized a little get-together. Don't worry, we'll clean up. Meanwhile, her army's dragging jet skis down to the water, blasting music loud enough to wake the dead kids, splashing adults, popping beers, and Karen's acting like she's the benevolent monarch of a kingdom she just stole. I square up. "You've got 30 seconds to pack it up, Karen. Otherwise, I'm locking the gate and calling the sheriff." She tips her head back. "Go ahead. I already spoke to the police. They know it's common ground." She's bluffing. I see it in her eyes, but the crowd doesn't. They're cheering her on, drinking the Kool-Aid. Somebody shouts, "Yeah, community spirit," and raises a cup. So I call her bluff. Phone up, record the whole mob, dial 911 right there in front of everyone. Karen's sunglasses slide down her nose, first crack in the armor. And the minute the operator answers, you can see it. The energy shifts. Folks start getting twitchy. Somebody with a boombox yells, "Are we getting arrested for partying?" Another says, "He can't do that. It's public land, but see, the deed's not a rumor. It's in my safe and on file with the county. Truth's my weapon." The dispatcher's skeptical at first, but once I give the address, her tone snaps into cop mode. "Stay on the line. Deputies are on the way." I hang up and shut the gate. Hard slide the chain locket on my side. Now the party's still raging, but the looks are different. People glance at the gate, whisper shift on their feet. Karen climbs up on a picnic table, waving her arms like a coach at halftime. He's bluffing. The sheriff knows we have rights. But even her believers are sweating now. Then those red and blue lights flicker through the trees. The music dies so fast you could hear a pin drop. Deputies step out. Hands on their belts, eyes taking in 100 guilty faces. The senior officer looks at the busted lock, then at me. "Sir, you want to explain?" I don't move. "Pretty simple, officer. They broke in, trashed my lock, and decided to throw a party on my property. I called you to help remind them what private ownership means. Karen tries to laugh it off. It's a misunderstanding. The HOA, but I cut her off for once. The HOA has zero say here. And if you want proof, I've got the deed and digital copies with the county. The lock's broken, the party's uninvited. What more do you need? Deputies split up taking statements. The stories unravel fast. Half the crowd claimed they thought it was a community event. Some saw fake flyers at the clubhouse. Others say Karen posted in the HOA Facebook group that my lodge was open for summer fun. Every excuse just digs Karen's hole deeper. She stands there, sunglasses hiding her eyes, but you can see the twitch in her jaw every time someone points at her. The party's dead. Folks mutter about babysitters' work tomorrow, slink off to the edge of the lawn. Karen's losing control, and that's her nightmare. When the deputy offers me the chance to press charges right then, destruction of property, trespassing, disturbing the peace, I'm tempted, believe me. But the smarter part of me says clear them out, file the report. I'll follow up through the DA. But let everyone here know this is private land and you're not welcome again. Watching that crowd pack up coolers, slam shut floaties, deflating people, muttering apologies, or avoiding eye contact, man, it was almost sweet. Karen lingers, arms crossed, hissing. This isn't over. You think the HOA will side with you? Will bury you in complaints? You'll wish you never bought this place? I just smile. Karen, if you want to play long games, you picked the wrong guy. Deputies escort her out, and with one last slam, I lock the gate behind them all. The crickets and the lake are the only sounds left. But I know it's just the beginning. Karen's not wired to quit. Next morning, surprise, an HOA letter. No envelope stuffed under my door. Cease and desist. Unlawful restriction of community access. Fines threatened, signed by Karen herself. The same woman caught trespassing by deputies 12 hours ago. I snap a pic, forward it to my attorney. His reply is, perfect, she's doing your job for you. Don't respond. Let's handle this. Later that day, Karen's out canvassing the neighborhood, clipboard in hand, spinning her story about me endangering community unity. Folks sign out of politeness, but you can see the embarrassment. The tide's turning, even if she doesn't realize it. That night, a neighbor I barely know texts, hey, Karen's trying to rally people against you, but after what happened, we're done with her. You've got support. 4 years I was the stubborn outsider. Now the cracks are showing in Karen's empire. Saturday morning, I'm enjoying a quiet coffee on the dock when a convoy of SUVs and sedans rolls up. Karen at the front clipboard, flanked by some guy in a cheap navy suit with a briefcase, her legal counsel. I don't meet them at the gate. I let them wait. Eventually, Karen rattles the bars and announces, we're here on official business. Remove your lock or face daily fines. She shoves a packet of legalese at me. I thumb through it, pseudo-legal jargon threats, / $500 day fines. Her lawyer pipes up, under HOA bylaws, you're in violation. I look him up and down. Funny, last year's bar directory said the HOA had no counsel. You're not licensed, are you? He blinks, and Karen shoots him a look. I just say, so this packet's worth less than the paper it's printed on. Keep pushing, and you'll be dealing with the county DA. Her eyes go wide for a split second, then it's all outrage again. Rage. That afternoon, a certified letter signed by several board members demands a compliance hearing. Thing is, my property was excluded from the HOA when the development was platted decades ago. They've got zero jurisdiction. My lawyer calls Laughing Greg this is mail fraud now. It's federal. The neighborhood's buzzing. Folks apologize for believing Karen's support's rolling in. But Karen's last card, she hires a work crew to install a new lock on my gate. I record the whole thing. Gentlemen, if you put that lock on my land, you're committing vandalism and trespassing at Karen's request. The crew freezes, decides they're not getting arrested for her, and bails. Karen is left screaming at them as they drive off, turning her fury on me. I'll ruin you. All I say is, keep going. Karen, every move hands me more evidence. She tries a protest, 15 people chanting community over self at my gate. I film it, upload the best bits to the private forum. Folks roll their eyes, her support evaporates. She's desperate, spiraling. Then midnight footsteps on my deck. Karen bolt cutters in hand creeping through the moonlight. I hit the floodlights, siren blares. She bolts, leaves the cutters behind, fingerprints and all. The deputies ask if I want to press charges. Not yet. I'm building a case so solid she can't wriggle free. Weeks pass, more letters, more gossip, more petty games. I drop the real footage online. The truth hits harder than any rumor. Neighbors rally, the board turns. A recall vote Karen loses in a landslide, escorted out, still shrieking about conspiracies. And for the first time in years, the neighborhood breathes easy. Kids play, neighbors wave, nobody's looking over their shoulder for Karen and her clipboard. But of course she can't let it go, files a handwritten lawsuit demanding damages for emotional distress. The judge tosses it, awards me legal costs, and Karen leaves court with her head down. Her house goes dark. Rumors say she's moving. The lake, the lodge, the whole neighborhood finally feels like it belongs to the people, not the petty tyrant who tried to rule it. And me, I lock my gate, sit on my porch, let the sound of the water wash away months of drama and wonder, how far would you go for peace of mind? When is it right to stand your ground, and when is it better to let the circus pass by? So what about you? Have you ever stared down a Karen, an HOA, or anybody else who thought the rules didn't apply to them? Tell me your story in the comments. What would you have done, and where do you draw the line between community and control? Let's hear it.